here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Now here's the deal. 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 So here's the deal. 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 A 5 amp hour battery pack from FLEX, their cylindrical cells, costs $119. They are delivering 120 watt hours per pack. That's the gas tank. It's how much energy is stored in here. Potential. A 6 amp hour battery pack from FLEX, which is pouch lithium, cost $179. I know what you're saying, Vince. Yeah, there's advantage there, but it still costs more for the pouch lithium battery pack at $179, $60 more as a matter of fact. Yes, the upfront cost might be more, but this battery pack cost half as much as this battery pack. How? Here it is. If we were to divide this battery pack by 400, if you divide the cost of it at $119, okay, we're met with a cost of 30 cents per life cycle on this battery pack. If we take the cost of the pouch lithium pack from FLEX at $179, we then divide it by the number of charge cycles and discharge cycles on this pack, which is conservatively 1,200 cycles. We're at 15 cents per charge, or we're at 15 cents per cycle through this battery. This battery pack costs you half as much as this battery pack. Let's move on to DeWALT. This is a pretty much 2 generations old battery pack. The cost for that battery pack right now is $99. The Power Stack battery pack is $169. The 5 amp hour battery pack delivers 100 watt hours compared to the Power Stack's 92.5 watt hours. So this has a little bit reduced size of a tank, so to speak. When you divide by the 400 charge cycles you'll get out of this pack, you're paying 25 cents per life cycle for this battery pack compared to Power Stack's 14 cents per cycle. 14 cents. Matter of fact, DeWalt's cost per cycle is the cheapest out of the 3. Let's move on to the most mind-blowing of all of the comparisons here. Milwaukee's M18 high output versus their forged battery packs. It only makes sense to be buying forged battery packs because both of these packs right now have a retail cost of $179. You're able to charge this battery pack more rapidly than this battery pack. You're able to get more watts out at one time compared to this battery pack. They are the same exact price at $179. So that means that over time, this battery pack will cost you 45 cents per cycle that you're using it, 400 life cycles or 400 charge cycles and discharge cycles through this battery pack compared to the Forge, conservatively rated at 1,200 cycles. That means you're paying 15 cents per cycle through this Forge battery pack. No peeking.
All right. That's maybe Makita. Got here. Okay. That's either a FLEX or a DeWALT. You see this? Ah, okay. A little confused, but I think I got it now. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I think I know on that. Let me just double check. Yeah. I got it. I got it. Milwaukee, FLEX, Makita, and this is definitely my DeWALT. Am I right? Is that right?
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah, I knew I'd get it. I know my tool. So we're gonna step up to a 2 9/16, which is a monster bit. Normally, again, we would probably add a handle here, but I want to test out this anti-rotation. I trust it. I trust DeWALT, and we're gonna go ahead and try to drive this in speed 1. Oh, there it goes. And the anti-kick, as you can see, turned on, stopped the drill, saved my wrist. And still finished the job in speed 1. We're gonna go ahead, bump this up to speed 2. We did add the handle here this time since we've proven that the anti-rotation technology does work. I'm gonna come out in front here though so we have a little bit more room now that we've have this handle added. So now we're gonna go same thing, 2 9/16 bit. I'm gonna bump it up to speed 3, see what that does. Wow, flew right through, no issues whatsoever. That is, I would, so the testing actually, the box advertises that you should be able to feed a 2 9/16 bit through 1.5 inch piece of lumber in 2.6 seconds. I almost think I did it faster going through 2 of them in speed 3.
This is an incredibly balanced tool.
I'll say.
So much that if I get it running on flat ground, we also have tip detect, which is a pretty cool safety feature. It'll automatically shut off if you lose control of the tool.
That is cool. Although these drills might not have all the speed, they have a ton of torque, like a diesel locomotive. Wow. We're gonna put the M18 in speed 2 for this run. Will it have the power or the torque to sustain that RPM and do better than the corded drill? I think that's a resounding yes. Did we see that? Was that too fast to even catch?
Now for debates from the comment section.
JHaps22 says,
It is situational. If there is power source better to use, wired tools cause it has more consistent power output.
at Abacus Express said,
Cordless tools have the advantage in respect of voltage drop. They don't. Corded drills have voltage drop considerations. Run an extension cord too long, and the voltage required begins to drop this lost torque in the tool.
whose side are you on?
This is their new M12 fuel driven to outperform Stubby impact wrench. It's product number 2562-20, just like the previous generation. It's forwards and backwards compatible. You could use any M12 battery. This is tool only. They're saying that this new wrench gives you 550 foot-pounds of butt-busting torque and 400 foot-pounds of fastening torques. They have a speed 1 that gives you 0 to 930 RPMs. Speed 2 gives you 2,100 RPMs. Speed 3 gives you a full 3,000 RPMs. And it looks as though there's a tightening mode that goes from 0 to 1,300 RPMs. IPMs, or impacts per minute. In speed 1, 1,500, speed 2, 3,000, speed 3, 3,300. And in that tightening or loosening auto mode, you're getting 3,300 IPM. So you're getting much less RPM with all of the IPMs. As we move on, Milwaukee is claiming lighter weight, more compact. Milwaukee is the little guy. It's the little guy here. And then they have competitor 1, competitor 2. Gray. I don't know who that'd be. Who do you think Gray would be? I don't know who yellow might be. Who do you think? This has a 5-year tool warranty, does not require any registration. All right, let's get this thing unboxed. So, like, if you're saying, Vince, why are you always yelling? It's because I'm excited. I love new tools. I love new tools. Let's get this thing out of the box. And here it is. Came out tool only, of course. Okay, number 1 in the hand. Feels pretty doggone good. It's got a 4 amp hour battery on it. We're in speed 3 here, right out the box. We have a full battery charge. Wow, wow, that was super powerful. Crazy, you could see both on speed 3, both had the full charge. Let's see how the Stubby Gen 2 handles it in speed 1. Can it break it in speed 1? Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Let's go to speed 2. No problem at all. Now, let's go into tightening mode just to see how it works, because we're pretty loose, right? And we talked about working our finger into the throttle to gradually run that lug nut down, okay? Because if I'm real loose here, let's see what happens. And we're still not run down. If I do full finger depression, it actually stops shy of snugging that up. So what we're gonna wanna do, it seems, is slowly depress, and then at full depression, when we hit the wall and we're snugged up, it stops.
My daddy's got a BMW. Well, my daddy drives a Mercedes.
My father drives an Aston Martin. My papa drives a Rolls Royce.
My dad drives a Ram 1500.
This is a 3-phase, or what they might call the triple threat phases of electric motors. It's got a rear hub motor in this bike. You're talking 2 7.5 amp hour batteries power this thing, if you want to be in sport mode.
To engage sport mode, you will need to disengage the governor. You're going to lift the lid for the battery compartment. This will expose 2 Allen screws or bolts at the front of the seat. You'll remove those. Once those are out, you will push the seat back and lift it up and out of the way, and that will expose the electronics compartment. At the rear of that electronics compartment, you will find the governor switch.
Then you're gonna pop your seat right back on. Once you're closed up, you'll be able to go from eco to normal, and then finally sport will stay illuminated instead of flashing, and that means you're in sport mode. You're gonna get the full 28 MPHs. Here's an important spec everybody's been asking about also. $2 grand. You get the bike, you get a lot of machismo with that, as well as 2 7.5 amp hour batteries and a dual rapid charger. And you get the admiration of all of the people in your neighborhood. We're gonna take this thing for We're gonna take this thing for a blast through the streets of Camden. We're gonna get all the heads to turn. Don't do as I do as I say. Don't take this on the roadway. After using DeWALT's driver bits for years and years and years, I finally found something new today. I would buy these kits and I would always focus on this right here, the magnetic guide, because I was able to put my 1-inch bits in there and it would make them magnetized, right? But in the meantime, I would have all these other 2-inch bits that I would never use. I would never use because they're not magnetic. And I have these little pieces right here. I never knew what the heck these were for until today. I just found out that if you pop this on your 2-inch driver bit, right? It turns your 2-inch bits and even your longer bits magnetic. So now I could use all of these driver bits I couldn't use before. It's great.
So I'm excited to see what this 860 has to offer, what it's going to look like, and how does it stack up with my other daily drivers in drill fastening and making holes. DeWALT XR 20 volt DCF 860 1/4-inch 3-speed high torque impact driver. 3 speeds, press to change out. Oh, it's got different LED brightnesses, and it has a 20-minute LED mode. Work light remains on for 20 minutes after the trigger is pulled, and they're claiming there's negligible effect to the battery runtime. I mean, I would be concerned about that light staying on that long for battery runtime, but they're saying it doesn't affect the battery. I hope it doesn't get hot in my bag either. It's got every bell and whistle in it. It's got every new feature, so it's going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, a little bit more cumbersome to deal with. Smooth. that was pretty smooth. I was expecting it to be a little bit rougher in Speed 1. That was really smooth. Try Speed 2. Now I live in Speed 2. Love Speed 2. Awesome. Speed 3. We'll have to move into something a little bit bigger here quickly, because I don't know that we're going to find the full breadth of the benefit with this. Oh yeah. Very, very powerful, very, very smooth. That was with zero pressure, minimal issue. And again, a 2-inch drywall screw in the lumber is not an easy task in Speed 1. Try in Speed 2. Now, Speed 2 would be where I would normally drive this kind of screw into this type of material if I had to. I wouldn't want to go Speed 3, but let's give it a shot, see what happens. Wow. It's actually over driving in Speed 3 by a lot. Speed 2 has more control. I was camming out a little bit, but I'm trying to just let the tool do all the work with very minimal pressure. In Speed 3, it overdrove it. Let's give these 2.5-inch SPAC screws a shot. This would be more the style screw that you'd be screwing into wood, so see how this goes. Speed 1. Smooth, easy, no overdriving. I'm very impressed with the way this is operating in Speed 1 already. I might have to live in Speed 1 at some point now. Try it in Speed 2. Again, super smooth, super easy. I'm trying not to get too excited because I have to find a way to sneak this out of the shop before Vince realizes I took it. Speed 3. Again, Speed 3, I'm over driving the fastener into the material, so I would be very, very careful if this is your daily driver. If you normally operate in Speed 3, which I have in some cases, be very, very mindful of over driving your fasteners if you're working with finished material in Speed 3. 1/4-inch by 6-inch lag fastener. See how it operates on this. We're just gonna go ahead and drive this in Speed 3. Wow, fast. That was incredibly smooth, incredibly quick. Again, I overdrove it a little bit. I'd like to, see what that's like in Speed 2. Speed 3 is extremely powerful on this particular impact driver. So I'm really interested to see how this maybe works with larger legs or maybe some spade bits, hole saw, anything. I mean, I'm very, very excited to see what this thing could do in Speed 3.
If you're a homeowner or a DIYer, and you're gonna be doing a drywall project, but you don't want to invest in specialized tools like a drywall screwdriver, you can use an impact. But everybody knows that the strength is degraded when you over-penetrate or drive your screw in too far and go through the paper. And if every screw you drive, you have to go real slow, the project could take forever. Well, today I'm sharing with you this cool little attachment. It's called a dimpler. It only costs a few bucks. You can put it on your impact driver, and now every screw is set perfectly, and you don't have to worry about breaking that paper. I hope that helps, and enjoy. I'm super excited to see Milwaukee Tool come up with this solution. And here it is. This is Milwaukee's Quick Clear Magnet Impact Magnetic Nut Driver Set. This is a 2-piece set. It's optimized with a shock zone, and this 2-in-1 nut driver set gives you the ability to drive 1/4 inch, 5/16, 5/16, and 3/8 inch fasteners. So they give you double the driving capacity for 5/16 because it's more common. And they give you the option to flip these around for 1/4 inch and 3/8. But that's not the best party trick of these 2-in-1 nut driver setters. On the Shockwave line of bits from Milwaukee, product number is 49-66-4565. Milwaukee tells us that this tool accessory is made from a custom alloy 76. Custom alloy 76. Steel engineered to extend life. Whoa. Let's get this thing open. The magnetism looks really great. I mean, that is nice. So much fun, I want to do it again. Let's put one more on there. Now, here's the deal. The nut setter itself is somewhat shallow, so you're gonna wanna probably clean these out somewhat frequently, and you might wanna use a gloved hand to do it because those metal shavings can be sharp, but you clean it off, and you're ready to set more fasteners. Here's the best part though. We can go from driving 5/16 to 1/4 inch. Drop our fastener on there. Go right back to work. This will be great for HVAC techs that are doing service work because you're never certain what hosh-posh of fasteners you might find on a unit. And this is right at your fingertips. You could go from driving 1/4 inch right back to driving 5/16. You could flip it around, or quite frankly, if you're gonna be driving larger fasteners, you could go from 5/16 to 3/8 and 3/8 right back to 5/16.